hearing is very important for speech and language development. The first 2 years of life is the most important time during which hearing develops in children. It is very important for parents to be able to recognize the signs of hearing problem as early as possible and seek medical attention if there are any concerns. To rule out hearing loss, testing is usually carried out using a pediatric audiometer. This is a pediatric audiometer. A loud noise or a fluctuating tone is generated from the pediatric audiometer and the child's immediate response is noted. This movie is a guide of normal responses to sounds through the first 2 years of hearing development in children. Babies with normal hearing follow a detectable pattern of listening behavior. Now let's watch how children of different ages respond to sounds. A newborn baby shows an instinctive or a sudden response to sound. One such response is throwing up of legs and arms on hearing a loud, sharp sound known as startle response. Few of the other responses that can be noted in babies in response to sounds may be waking up to a sound, making body or eye movements towards or away from the source of sound. The baby may even start or stop crying in response to sound. If there is any change in the baby's activity after hearing the sound, you can consider it as a positive response. The following videos will give you an idea of the different hearing responses of babies from birth to 2 years. In the first video, a 1-day-old baby stops crying on hearing the noise. In the next 2 videos, you can see 2 babies of 2 days and 20 days old showing startled response to sound. Now, notice the increased breathing rate in the 1-week-old baby on hearing the sound. Another kind of response can be attending to sound, as can be seen in this 1.5-month-old baby. Turning towards the direction of sound, which is called as localization, begins at around 3 to 4 months of age. At 5 to 6 months, the child turns his head to one side and downward if the sound is made below the ear. At 6 to 8 months, the child turns his head to one side and upward if the sound is made above the level of the ear. You can observe these responses in the 6-month-old baby. At 8 to 10 months, the child turns head diagonally to the sound source. At 9 months to 1 year, the child can localize the sounds from side, above and below. By 1 year, the child will also be able to respond to simple commands and will try to imitate your speech. A more mature response can be observed in this 1-year-old child where he is responding to his name call.
Edwin.
This is a 1-year-old child localizing to the sound presented from behind. At 2 years, we can judge the hearing of the child by checking whether the child is able to understand and carry out fairly complex instructions. You can also assess the responses to the spoken instructions. Next is a video of a 2-year-old child. we can see that she is attending to the sound, indicating that she is hearing normally. You can also check your child's hearing at home in simple ways using easily available sound makers. Some of the sounds that you can use are hand clap or door knock, bell, squeaky toy or rattle, dry beans or pulses put in a jar or container, and sounds of utensils or cooker whistle. Observe age-appropriate responses in your child on presenting the sounds as explained earlier. For younger babies, present the sound near the baby, that is within 3 feet, whereas for older children, vary the distance to a farther extent. The loudness of the sound presented should be higher initially and gradually reduce the loudness. In the following videos, you can see how squeaky toys and bell have been used to check hearing. If a child is unable to do these things at the appropriate age, or if you have doubts about your child's hearing, consult an audiologist and speech-language pathologist for appropriate guidance.